Well, my title is Curator of Horticulture. Basically, I oversee all the maintenance of the plants on zoo grounds, the landscapes, and put up and take down the lights before Christmas. Well, this is the 32nd year, and I was very fortunate that I was able to start with the first one. Well, it was the idea of Bill Denler, who was the director at that time, and Dave Jenkins, who was in the education department, because they wanted to find ways of getting more people to come to the zoo, increase the attendance. We know other zoos such as Cincinnati, zoos in Chicago, up in Michigan, had done light shows. And so they just came to me one day and said, how would you like to put up lights? And I said, sure, I'll try it. And so really they were instrumental behind the idea. And every department worked together to develop the graphics, the theme of Lights Before Christmas, and the logo. So we were very surprised. It started in December and we had a wonderful turnout. We have over the years developed a method where we keep track of what we do the year before, and then we look for ideas, what we'd like to do the next year. Then what we do is we organize our script, as we call it, to different areas of the zoo. So every tree, shrub, and area has a number assigned to it, what kind of lights it gets, and how they are to be put on the tree or the shrub or in that area.
Some of the different styles that we use with decorating, we have like draping, which would be like your traditional Christmas tree. You just kind of loosely drape the strands on. And then we have wrapping, which that's like a tight wrap that we go right around the branches. Some of the tools that we use, like the draping stick, is kind of our own little invention here at the zoo, just a simple bamboo stick with, some image wire on the end. And that helps with draping stuff. Sometimes that's quicker than getting on a ladder and keep moving your ladder all over the place. You can takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you get the hang of it, it definitely makes it easier and quicker.
We start in the 1st of August now. It used to be September, but as we expanded, we found it took more time to decorate the trees, especially when we started doing the dancing lights. In general, depending on what the year is like, it can take us up to 4,000 man-hours for the seasonal people.
And while we're putting up lights, we're still doing horticulture stuff. So, we're still maintaining the landscapes and all that stuff, as well as putting up lights. So, a lot of times when the deadline's getting closer, sometimes we got to focus all of our time on lights, and kind of hold off on some of the other stuff. Weather would probably be the biggest issue. Sometimes when it's too windy, like our aerial lifts, we can't go up if it's, over 25 miles per hour. So that sometimes delays us if we have a lot of windy days. Again, like if you get a lot of rain, it pops our GFIs, and then we can't do the lights. We like to have the lights turned on when we put them up, just in case there's issues with them going out. We know right away as we're putting them up.
Well, we started out with like 70,000 lights, and now we're over 1 million. And over the years, we've really perfected the way we keep our records. One thing we learned to do is to label the lights as we get them in and what year we had, so we can keep those lights together. So the ones that came in this year, they would have a 17 put on them as we unpack them. And then when we pack them back away again, we can count them and see what we had left.
It's always kind of nice. Like I work some of the evenings, the light shows, and it's kind of nice just to hear people's responses and how they appreciate it. And myself, before I worked here and I came and looked at it, I have even more of an appreciation now because, I can look at these trees and shrubs and be like, that takes me 45 minutes to do. You definitely have a better appreciation of it when you know how long it takes.
New this year is a 3D lighting installation, which is at one end of the cafe, called Seasons of Wonder. The Wonder Village is sponsored by Kroger, and you can also enjoy our bumper cars in our ice slide down on our amphitheater. We have a second dancing light show, which is sponsored by St. Luke's Hospital. The first day of the light show is November the 17th, and the kickoff is actually lighting the large tree, and that'll be sometime between the hours of 5:30 and 6:15 that evening of that day.
I mean, I just hope people that appreciate, you know, and enjoy the stuff we do. I mean, I know a lot of people, it becomes a tradition, and my family as well. I mean, every year, my family, you know, all my siblings come back home, and, you know, all of our kids now, we come every year and see it. So I think a lot of that, you know, just giving people a tradition, keep coming back every year and seeing new stuff that we put up.